Let's face it, most electric cars today are too expensive for the vast majority of people. Once you start factoring in the currency exchange rates and taxes in other countries, it becomes apparent that even today, many people across the world can't afford an electric car. I mean, sure, there are a few electric vehicles that you can buy today for a very reasonable price, but some of them aren't exactly what I'm sure many of you would consider a commuter vehicle, especially one that you can see yourself driving in a variety of different situations. Sure, most of the times it's just one or two people occupying the vehicle, but there are times when you just need the extra room for other passengers and sometimes just for that extra space for, well, stuff. So in this video, we'll be looking at 5 affordable vehicles under $20,000 that you can buy right now or very soon. But first, let's get plugged in. Hello and welcome to EV Source. My name is Harry and I'm your host for today's dose of EVs and technology. Okay, it's 2020 and I think it's safe to say that most of us are sold on EVs by now and are wanting to switch to an electric vehicle as soon as possible. While the Tesla Model 3 is sort of an affordable car, once you add in taxes and currency rates, it's not that affordable to the vast majority of people. Here in Canada, the long-range Model 3 would cost almost $74,000 before subsidies. And while we wait for Tesla to make a compact car, which I recently made a video of, and if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. The link is in the top right corner and in the description below. So while we wait for Tesla to make an affordable compact car, there are companies that are already making electric cars at an affordable price. And no, I'm not talking about the VW ID3, which starts at around 30,000 euros. Add in taxes and possible currency rates and suddenly it's not that cheap. Here in Canada, it would almost cost $52,000 with taxes in, and that's just for the base model. So yes, the world needs cheaper and much more affordable electric cars. As the years go by, there are more options to choose from, though they might be a little bit on the expensive side at first. The prices will come down eventually. But what if you wanted to switch to an electric car right now without breaking the bank? Well, there are a few options available depending on where you live, and if you don't care about having an autonomous car, these following cars may be the right fit for you. Problem is, they're not available in the US, at least not anytime soon, unless you import one yourself. First up, we have Renault K-ZE that starts at $13,500 and is only $8,700 after subsidies. This car was launched in China and is expected to be launched in Europe in 2021 under the Dacia brand. The name is likely going to be Dacia Spring, and with a few adjustments to make it EU compliant and with slightly more range, it will most likely cost a little more than its counterpart in China, but it will still be one of the most affordable electric cars in the market. The French automaker claims this car will set new trends for city cars, which is already gaining popularity amongst the young people in China. As a city car, it offers about 150 miles of range or 250 kilometers with a 26.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack. The car isn't really meant for longer drives, but it's absolutely perfect for everyday commuting around the city. But with new and more energy-dense batteries on the horizon from Tesla, with the battery day approaching, the car could house more energy without costing more, which would give it 20 to 35% more range. That's if Tesla was to sell its batteries to other manufacturers, but I'll get into this part a bit later into the video. And if you're new to the channel, welcome! Please take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything going forward. This small gesture really helps out with the channel. Now let's jump back in. Next, there is a small SUV, the Nexon EV, which is made by Tata Motors, an Indian car manufacturer. The price starts at around $18,000. The car comes equipped with a 30.2 kilowatt-hour battery pack that, according to their website, offers up to 194 miles of range or 312 kilometers on a single charge. It can be charged from 0 to 80% in approximately 1 hour when using DC fast charging, and 10 to 90% in 8.5 hours on AC with level 2 charging. The Nexon EV can fit 5 people comfortably and has a large trunk for cargo. The interior is similar to what you'd expect from almost any of today's vehicles, which is a bit traditional compared to others like Tesla that keep it minimalistic. The car comes with similar features that Tesla offers, such as an app that tells you real-time stats of the car and shows you nearby charging stations and more. The vehicle is already out and available for purchase right now. Let's hope this car will one day find its way to the Western car market. I'm sure there would be many people interested in buying it. Though Indian cars make up a very small number of imported vehicles in the US, this may change in the years ahead with businesses and factories moving out from China to other Asian countries like Indonesia, Malaysia, and India due to the past and recent activities. Next up is Seat Mii Electric with a starting price of $22,000, but with the subsidies you're looking at around $15,500. This Spanish car is equipped with a 36.8 kWh battery pack that can propel the car to up to 160 miles or 259 kilometers, which makes it a great city commuter vehicle. After the subsidies, the price of the vehicle makes it an attractive option for many people who are just looking for an electric city commuter. And just like others in this video, this car can also be charged to 80% in just 48 minutes using DC fast charging. And with the regular level 2 charger, it can be charged to almost 100% in about 6 hours. Though the range may seem very less, it's a big improvement from previous generations of small city EVs. They used to have between 60 to 90 miles of range before, so 160 miles is a really good improvement. When comparing them to other EVs at a higher price range, the downsides of small city cars aren't just the range, but the acceleration and top speed as well. Though the acceleration is pretty good at low speeds when driving around the city, the pickup is a lot slower at high speeds such as on the highways, which is to be expected from a 36.8 kWh battery pack. The car just simply doesn't have the power density to enable faster acceleration at higher speeds, which is where supercapacitors could come in really handy. Check out my video on supercapacitors if you want to learn more about how supercapacitors could help electric vehicles today. Next we have Skoda Citigo EV with a starting price of $22,500, almost the same as the last one. And with subsidies of about $6,500, the price would come down to just $16,000. The car can travel a distance of 161 miles or 260 kilometers on a single charge. The battery pack is the same size as the Seat Mii at 36.8 kilowatt hours. Again, it's not really meant for long distances unless you're okay with stopping multiple times at DC fast charging stations. But for everyday driving, it's more than enough to take you to work and back and even run a few errands around the city while leaving you with enough range for the next day. I suspect most people who would be buying smaller cars in the first place are those that are living in condos or in other rental units. This means unless they have a parking spot with level 2 charging, they wouldn't be able to charge their cars every day like those who are living in a house. This is why I think the charging network needs to expand faster and be available anywhere where you would leave your car for several hours. If everyone living in rental units had the ability to charge their EVs overnight, electric car ownership could really take off on a massive scale. Check out these two videos for more on this topic. The last car on this list is Volkswagen e-Up that starts from $24,000. And with similar subsidies, even this can be purchased at $17,500. With VW's electrified direction change now in full flow with the ID.3, the e-Up is the next EV to benefit from the latest generation technology. Its predecessor had a range of only 83 miles, but now with the help of new technologies and a bigger battery pack of 32.3 kilowatt hours, the car can go approximately 159 miles or 255 kilometers on a single charge. DC fast charging will enable the car to charge to 80% in just 60 minutes, and with a regular level 2 charger, you can get a full charge in about 8 hours. Though most of these cars are currently in the EU and Asia, don't expect them to be in the West anytime soon. The small car market in North America has always been very small, But with the electrification of vehicles being the future and no affordable electric cars currently available in the West, a growing demand could change this very quickly. This is where Tesla could have the upper hand with superior technology if they could manufacture a compact car for less than $25,000. And as I was saying earlier in the video, if Tesla gets so much ahead of the competition with its superior technology, such as the new batteries that are expected to be revealed in the coming Tesla Battery Day, and their very efficient powertrain, Tesla could start licensing and selling its components to other manufacturers to enable them to catch up and have more range in their vehicles. Tesla would most likely make some profit in the process, which in return would make the competitors' vehicles slightly more expensive. But that of course would be great for Tesla, as this would force their competitors to increase their price or lower their margins, making Tesla the most appealing option in almost every way possible and making them money. And let's not forget Tesla's full self-driving hardware that's in all of their vehicles, which you can enable by either purchasing the FSD package or getting it as a subscription that Tesla confirmed will be made available in the near future. Let me know what you think about these 5 cars. Do you already own one, or are you planning to buy one? And if you're from the West, would you buy one if made available here? And if so, which one? And as always, leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you're a proud Tesla owner looking to accessorize your vehicle to make it stand out, check out Abstract Ocean and use the code EVSource for 10% off on your purchase. And if you're wondering where to get shirts like these, check out EVSource online store for shirts, hoodies, and more. I hope you enjoyed today's episode here on EVSource. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. This is by far the best way you can support this channel, but if you would like to show more support to help the channel grow and get better, consider becoming a patron and receive exclusive access to EVSource content and more. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep charging ahead, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe and take care.